Well, welcome back to the Jesse Rucinski show. Today we're getting into more Afghanistan stuff, so bear with me. I know it's been a long week, but I think I'm doing a really good job. So first question, probably people that say he's doing a really good job. And this is just before we get into yesterday, because I got a lot from the Secretary of Defense and Chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, Mark Milley. Like I got a lot, but get through a few things before that. Why is Biden only up to talks with two world leaders like this far at this point, almost a week? It took him till almost a week, really. I mean, till Tuesday at some point to even talk to Boris Johnson, Prime Minister over there in Britain. Like it took him that long to do anything. We're on that point. He's only up to like two now. Yeah, like I said, up to two. Why the hell? Like it took him almost a week to talk to anyone. Why the hell is the Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, like why is he even talking like Hillary? And that's been confirmed by many sources. Who gives a damn if they're having talks about what's going on in Afghanistan? Like she's having as many talks as the President of the United States when she isn't even in the government at all. But I got yelled at when I said that this is really Obama's third term and him and Hillary are going to be calling the shots, which is why, he conveniently bought a house right there in DC. Like you don't do that if you're there to help give advice, be counsel. Like you can do that from your house in Chicago. Like why the hell are you back in the city? But I got told I was crazy for that. But Hillary's talked to almost as many world leaders as the President of the United States and the Vice President. Where the hell has Kamala been? Like all hell is breaking loose. I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her anywhere. Like she put out one tweet, like congratulations. And in all that amount, I mean, list long. Like it's just embarrassing at this point to not have there's zero leadership. The adults are supposed to be in charge and we're back to normalcy and America's back and all that. Like, please tell me where. Because this whole thing has been a shit show. It's been an embarrassment to everything, everybody. Hell, when how big of an embarrassment it is, besides Geraldo and like liberal mainstream media being on people. I know liberal. Well, they're the ones doing this. Like yesterday, they did a whole day about COVID and they didn't even talk about Afghanistan. Like President Biden came out, talked about COVID and how children wearing masks and governors, how dare you? I'm going to sue you if you try to stop the mandates, which they don't even have the ability to do, but legally. But I think that's what they talked about yesterday, not anything going on, Afghanistan when the whole world's melting down. And all of our allies are pissed and all that. He just turned around and walked right out. They didn't even talk about it. How the hell do you even do that? How is that physically possible if the adults are back in charge? Like, I'm sorry. Like, this whole thing is just a shit sandwich. Again, Taliban already shooting women for not wearing burqas. There's reports of that. We've seen the bloodshed. People have actually showed them shooting people and shooting. There's everything going on. That dude got kicked in the face in the back of a truck that got picked up by the Taliban. God knows what he was doing, but they kicked him right in the head. Like they're not good people at all. Never have been. They took off like that part of women's thumbs if they were caught wearing nail polish. They stone women to death. If they get gang raped and they can't defend themselves, somehow they get stoned to death. How the hell does that even happen? How the hell is anyone how are we depending on them to do the right thing? And they're gonna help get us out. I'm gonna say it again later, but I'll say it here. Like the Taliban, I'm sorry, they're just an aggressive terrorist group. Always have been. They're extremists, religious extremists. They twist it to fit their thing and they go. And they don't care. Like we knew this before. What the hell made you think they changed after 20 years? Now they have the whole country and they're the government. And our enemies, Russia and China, are, boom, they want to be allies with them. China's moving in to get it's very bad. And anyone that has a brain knows that. No matter how many times the people in the administration say they're not going to let terrorists operate in Afghanistan, guess what? What the hell do you call them? Taliban. Boom. What do you call Al-Qaeda, who still had small little pockets in Afghanistan where now we're all going to stop them? Like Taliban ain't going to stop them. They're going to work together. Something bad's going to happen here or around the world because of this, but we're not going to let them know. Just like China, Russia, and the Taliban want to say they want a government. It's good human rights. Yeah, we already see the videos of what they, kicking people in the back of the head, going door to door, looking for people and Christian Bibles, people that helped us, people in the military, like they're just going after everything. Shooting women for not wearing burqas. Like, I mean, they are not good human beings at all. I don't know why anyone even thought there was like they were good human beings at all. But on a positive note, President Biden, apparently we talked to Prime Minister Boris Johnson, Britain over there, agreed to do a virtual meeting of the G7 leaders next week. I mean, like, what the hell is that going to do to help anyone for the next couple of days? But after he's pissed everyone off, we're going to wait another couple of days to see how much worse it gets before everyone sits down and actually talks. Because we're back, but he's just doing whatever the hell he wants. And even with all of this going on, here's the best part for all you people that yell at me when I pick on liberals and it's all like saying it's all Joe's fault. Guess what? It's all Joe's fault. I mean, Soleimani proved that. Trump said, "Don't screw with me or we'll blow you up." They went after the embassy in Iraq. Soleimani got blown to hell. Like, just let him keep take over a whole country. Well, it was bound to happen. Like, no, like, people do stuff like that, be retaliated. Like, it was all conditional on the ground for Trump. It was all conditional. If they start acting stupid, we're going to bomb them back to the Stone Age and let them know their place to make everything work. Not just say, screw it, we're pulling out this date, bye. Now I want to get into the cluster because we're going to get into it before I'm done talking that they've got themselves into with this whole thing. But before we move on to that, like, even with all of that, somehow the White House for fiscal year 2022, in that budget requested $3.3 billion for Afghanistan security forces to be paid out via the DoD Afghan Security Forces Fund. Also requested $364 million towards development assistance via the State Department and U.S. Agency for International Development. And they still requested $3 billion for Afghan reconstruction in the coming year. Which everything puts the overall price of the war at more than $2.25 trillion. Like, they're still requesting money. Like, that would be the first thing. This happened, cut that, nix that, buy. I don't know if we could have been there, like, not giving them all kinds of cash here to help do this. Because, like, look at every time we're going to give economic support. That's how we're going to do it. Yeah, give them money. No matter where the hell we do it, the corrupt leaders and all them are going to take all the money. That's how that works every time, pretty much. Why the hell do it? But, the hell do I know? Again, this thing's like a giant just shit sandwich. Pardon my French. I think I've been really good this week about not cussing as much, but like, all hell's breaking loose. We haven't talked with any of our allies who you've seen never be anyone like turn on anything. Like, our allies are pissed or make unilaterally make this decision to shaft everyone. And he's like said something about it once. There's a whole day of COVID with all this going on about how wearing masks, stopping kids from wearing masks. The mandates is bad. Like, no, bro. What's going on in the Middle East right now, giving them that whole country just shitting all over everything, is very bad. And now we have two puppets. I mean, no offense to Secretary of Defense or General Mark Milley, who's chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, but their news conference was worthless. I don't know if you guys watched it. I sadly watched it and got like page upon page. It was idiots going through the whole thing. So bear with me, but like, I'm sorry, neither of them like are prepared or capable of doing this job or qualified. Like, Secretary of Defense go, we're giving it to Omar. He's gonna be the first black man to be so. Like, if you watched that yesterday, Mark Milley, like, no, what, I got this. Like, Secretary of Defense was literally saying, like, they aren't qualified for this. But here we go. We're going to go through some of it. No one will be left behind if they won out. Right, because at the same speech, they all say, can you guarantee everyone's going to get out? No. That was their answer. No. Like, you can't start out saying that, everyone that wants out, no one will be left behind that wants out, and then turn around the same thing and be like, yeah, can you guarantee everyone's getting out? No. Like, they're just worthless, spineless, and like, they're being like Jen Psaki. They're just circling back to save their asses and try to make everything look as good as they can because it's a complete shit show and they know it. Call the possible outcome that they knew was going to happen from us doing this being a civil war, but haven't, like, anyone that's been paying attention, maybe even heard it come out of Joe Biden's mouth, why are we stuck in the middle of someone's civil war for this long? If you've already been saying it's a civil war that we're stuck in the middle of, why are we still there? How can you say that, one of the possibilities of us pulling out would be starting a civil war? They've been saying for a couple of days before that we were already in the middle of a civil war. The civil war is already going on. How can an outcome of us pulling out be a civil war? Again, you can't have it both ways. Like, they contradict themselves every 3 seconds. And everyone tells me I'm crazy for being mad about it. Well, I'm sorry, I hold people accountable. Just saying. Like, might not like Trump, and he was right there telling you everything right away. It didn't take forever. He didn't walk around in circles. He did get pissed off and tell reporters and everyone to screw themselves a lot, but I mean, suddenly he was the biggest racist, xenophobic, sexist, misogynistic, everything. Yeah. Well, why did it take so long for it? Like, it's just, like, they did so much circling back and contradicting. Why did it take so long for something from them? Like, God knows. And still haven't heard from Blinken in days. So hopefully that happens. So he's Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense. Priority is airport security, not getting people actually to it and evacuating. Between U.S. nationals, civilians, nationals, third party countries, like all of it. Like, they don't have, like, they're telling people, get to the airport, but we can't guarantee they're actually going to get to the airport, like, at all, especially safely, because they have no security there at all. But priority is airport security, because they don't have the people to actually go in there and do that. Fun fact, and never mind, I'll just get into it later because I got it all here. General Milley continuously repeats the Taliban is actually cooperating, getting people out and let them get to and into the airport. If that was the case, why do they keep saying and put in that big thing from the State Department on the bottom, in all caps? They did it in all caps. We cannot guarantee your safe passage to the airport. Like, which one is it, dickhead? They're cooperating, let people get there, but you're also saying we cannot guarantee your safe passage. They were guaranteed. Like, if you're working with them and they're cooperating, let people go. Why are you telling them you can't guarantee it? You can't have it both ways. You can't contradict yourself that many times in 25 minutes, if that. Like, every other sentence they contradicted themselves. Like, it's ridiculous. Secretary of Defense, again, we don't have the capability to go out and rescue larger groups of people. Again, I'm going to get into that farther, but what the hell are those people there for? And again, how can you then say that and say that they're cooperating, but like, you don't have to go and rescue people if the Taliban's actually cooperating, letting people get to the airport, like you say they're supposed to? Even though we've heard many, I've seen a lot of reports too, like people have been floating around, God knows, but saying they didn't see this happening in 11 days at all, even though, like, the intelligence people, like, we told you this is going to collapse, like, horrifically. Like, how the hell with all these, like, your intelligence people didn't see this coming at all? Like, at all. You're supposed to have the best intelligent people in the world, and you guys, like, missed this by 90 days. So let's see, week and a half. 11. So you guys are off by literally 50 days at the earliest. I mean, like 49, like that, 39 days. Like, you guys were off by almost a month and a half. Like, how fucked is our intelligence department if that's what we're doing? Literally, like, how bad is it? If they were off by that much, sorry, we're screwed. Never happened with anyone else. Like, this is the worst intelligence I've ever seen since I've been paying attention. Before, we knew bad things, people could do bad things, and well, they happened. We lost track of them, whatever. But that, like, shit. Like, I did. It's just so bad. And it kept getting worse. Like, I'm trying not to sound irritating, but it's going to keep going through. And then the Secretary of Defense said he thought that we've been good at planning and contingencies. So why we're still, like, why do we wait so long? Like, why were so many civilians and people still there? Why do we have to wait so long to get? We're still waiting on military people and extra, dignitaries and all those idiots to get in there to process people. Like, why are we still waiting on them to get there now, a week later? If you were prepared and planned and good at planning and contingency plans, why the hell has been such a shit show? That proves you guys had nothing. You can lie all you want. Anyone with a brain knows you're full of shit. All right. like media, like I will get like, and I pick on the mainstream media, at least I have a lot in the past. Like even the mainstream, like people that were there from the liberal media, were getting on them for not answering questions or having any plan to do anything. Secretary of Defense and Milley grilled for only plan seemingly being cooperation from Taliban. And then Milley had to save him. Like General Milley had to save the Secretary of Defense because they got grilled. There came Mark Milley to save him and run through another useless answer that told you absolutely nothing because the Secretary of Defense was because he's not qualified to do the damn thing. He's nowhere near qualified to do the damn thing. Yet here we are. Here we are. And wonder how much like we were planned. We were all good at planning and contingency plans. And then the Secretary of Defense, after he got saved by Mark Milley, General Milley, came out and said the aircrafts, like the jets and the Black Hawk stuff were flown to other countries by Taliban. But they'll deal with getting them back at a later date. Like after they, rip them apart, find all their technology, and they have our greatest technology, like with all our greatest like stuff, like Black Hawks, all this stuff, jets. Like remember, Dion was laughing at me. I'd love to see them do it. No, that was shit already out of the state. The Secretary of Defense and the Chairman of the Joint Chief admitted it's gone. They moved it to other countries that we can't get to. So they now have our tech, billions of dollars and helicopters and jets and all kinds of stuff gone. Yeah, we'll get that at a later date, but after we're already screwed, which means they're not going to go get it. Let's continue the embarrassment of our country, shall we? Yeah. And then Mark Milley was called out for not using Bagram Air Base as it was a better choice tactically, and he gave no answer at all. Like there's no good answer. Oh, we had to use this one. It's just as good. The middle of the city. Yeah. Congratulations. You keep telling yourself that when reporters are telling you exactly how it is, because they know exactly how it is, because we've been covering this for a very long time. Like, I'm sorry, the adults are not back. America is not back. We are doomed completely. And this is going off of their own words. Argue it all you want. They're the ones saying the shit. I'm just writing down the words coming out of their mouth. It's not my fault that people voted for incompetence because, they were so angry at the big, mean orange man. Yeah. Look how good we are in 6 months. Tomorrow makes 7. So happy birthday to me. But look how he had no answer. Like the media is outdoing you and you're supposed to be the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. Like that's a fucking problem, pal. In fact, that's well beyond a problem. And Secretary of Defense proved how big of a dire clusterfuck this is. See, it's getting worse. That they've reinforced with words to the Taliban to let people with credentials through checkpoints. Like reinforced with strong words to let people through. Yeah, because words with crazy people and terrorist groups, they always work. Like this is what we like that's what we're at now. Like that's where we're at. We're using strong words and hoping the Taliban listens. I thought the adults were supposed to be in charge, not a bunch of like clowns and puppets and whatever else you want to call them. I mean, like this is ridiculous. Like I literally got hit by a truck and blasted my head off the Western 10 feet later after flying through the air. The lights were off and I was still answering questions. Like I was answering questions and more lucid than these sons of bitches are right now. This far into it. Like they're this whole thing is the most pathetic anything I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. And all they keep saying the whole time besides that is they don't have enough people to actually go out there and save anybody or get anyone or do anything besides just secure the outer, like the inside of the airport. Well, guess what, dick faces? How the hell is everyone getting there? Because you keep, guarantee that no, you can't guarantee anyone safe passage to the airports. How are we supposed to believe the Taliban's cooperating if you're telling people, sorry, you can't get there? We can't guarantee you're going to get there. You can't go rescue people. I will give them some credit, though. They did finally say U.S. citizens are the #1 priority. They did say, at least the first time I heard them actually say that. So they did do that, even though they can't guarantee if they're going to get anyone there. And earlier today, they said they have zero answer as to how many people are there. Like, well, if the mission is to get everyone out, you guys are so competent. They tell you how many people, like you have, like the missions, like how many people there are you're supposed to extract and get out and do all that. Like, guess what? The embassy might be closed and they might have burned up everyone's visas, even from what I hear. But the State Department like still has their own records, so you should know exactly how many people fought for us, their family. They're still there. U.S. citizens, contracts, and everyone else that are still there. Like you should know the numbers and be tracking all this stuff to be able to keep track of it all. How the hell do you not know how many people are there that you have to get rid of? Like if that isn't just sheer and utter incompetence, I don't know what the hell is. And all this does really, like we're supposed to be bringing back, working with our allies, doing all we've done is piss them off, and it makes us just look like makes Biden, General Milley, Secretary of Defense, Austin, Secretary Austin. They give him that. Like it just makes it like it. I don't know what the hell. Like if I was those two, I'd just dip out. Like screw this. This is pathetic. This is embarrassing. This isn't how you run the shit. I would bow out and save my ass. Like because he is doing nothing to help you guys at all. And Biden is making you guys look like clowns, making the whole country look like shit. Just saying. And at this point, there is zero plan to push back the perimeter. To make it easier for people to get in. Like, again, if they don't have enough people and there's no balls running this thing, the Marcos trail, like, we've had former SEALs on TV saying, well, you can go get us, but drop us in. We'll get people out. That's what you like. We will go and do it ourselves. That's what you need as far as, the country, citizens want us to go. Like they're saying they'll go in there and get people. Look, I mean, they can do it if they actually had like a give a damn about it. And so far, only thing, only like, and during all this, like then Biden came out and he's telling everyone when it comes to COVID of all things to fight with it and get vaccinated, wear your mask or get out of the way for everyone that, isn't doing it. Like, so fight it or get out of the way. And everyone needs to, step up and do your job. Get with the program. Well, how about you actually step up and do your fucking job and fix the cluster that you have created? The 200,000 plus people a month coming in across the southern border right here, they're not even allowed to apprehend anymore now. It's just see you later, bye. So we have that problem. And like we had Israel, like Palestine for a while there. I'm sure they're not happy with each other. Like Afghanistan just fell to shit into the hands of terrorists. And you're mad at me because I didn't go and get a COVID shot. Because what do you know? It's been a year and a half over. And I'm still perfectly fine because I have an immune system. Believe it or not, people like there's been studies proving that people that get the shot are super spreaders because they have so much in them. That's another story. Like, but going up and telling people to step up and do their stuff. And that, we need, boosters to make, better national security and all that. How about you secure the border in Afghanistan and actually do your fucking job? Because letting Taliban and everyone else that's going to come in, China, Russia, all of them, like come in there and do all that makes us way more vulnerable and we're way more in danger than any of that. So, but don't worry, he was back to attacking people for not getting a shot or wearing a mask when this is actually happening. That's a real thing. That's actually going to kill lots of people. But again, what the hell do I know? I'm just, I just have a brain and cognitive skills. Common sense, I don't know. I'm not a jackass living under a rock. Some naive child that thinks they're an adult. Like this is very bad, way worse than that. And makes it even better was when Joe Biden was talking to George Stephanopoulos, because of course he could do an interview with him. He can't say anything to us, but saying that chaos was guaranteed no matter what it pulled out. He doesn't know a way there couldn't have been. Did you notice like when Trump was talking about it and it was all, I don't know, conditional, as in like they start taking over the country, he's going to send the full force of the American government, military in there to stop them, to actually force them to be adults and not take over the whole country so they could do a government together and stay in there until all hell wasn't. Like there's ways to do this. How about like you use your brain when you're trying to get people out? So the order of things are get the military out, screw the equipment, and screw the people. Like I hate to break it to you, if you were a smart person, anyone that had a brain in this government was doing anything, because back in April you guys negotiated, so you knew it was coming. How the hell the military was out before, I don't know, all the civilians and everyone that we said was coming, all the contractors, the interpreters and their families, like anyone, and get all them out. Then you get all the extra equipment out so they can't fall into the hands of the enemies. Then you get the military out instead of doing it in complete opposite order. So now there's just people like scattered everywhere, clinging onto airplanes and falling to their death. Like, yeah, it could have been done with a whole lot less chaos involved if you actually just used your damn brain. And we had someone that actually had brains or anything, not just giving people positions based on, it's like the border thing. Look at Mayorkas. He straight up said, we're overwhelmed. We can't do this. Unalive my cop. Like you have unqualified people doing all kinds of dumb stuff with really terrible policies. And look where we are now. I'm not even trying to be a dick. It's just basic fact. Like, look it up, moron. Like when right now in other countries, I'm not trying, like Britain, Australia, and here's a kicker, France is sending people in to the city to get their people out. And there's the US saying, well, we don't have the capability. Sorry, can't do that. Figure out getting to the airport on your own. Like, do you know how embarrassing that looks? Allegedly the world's biggest superpower. The biggest superpower out there, allegedly. We can't guarantee our people say passage or go and get them, but Australia, Britain, and France can. Like, if you don't have a problem with that, you're not even like the problem. You're just stupid. Like, we can do it if we actually gave a damn. We had someone that had a brain and could actually, form sentences. Like, all they're doing is disgracing the whole world, all of our allies, everyone that died, all the veterans, everyone that killed themselves since they got back. The veterans, like, you just Gold Star families, the people that helped us, like, just a big shit sandwich. Even Geraldo and some of the mainstream media, and all of them are going after them, which we need more of. People with balls to like, no, really, well, we've given you a pass on a lot of things, but this is just unacceptable, pathetic, gross, disgusting, disheartening, angering, depressing. Like, there's so many things. Yet here we are, still dealing with it. And the level of stupid incompetence coming from our alleged leaders. So I really don't know, but literally, Secretary of Defense and Chairman of the Joint Chief got up there and they're like, well, we don't know anything. We can't do anything. Can't guarantee safe passage. We gave them very strong letters that they need to cooperate, which means we're screwed, really. Wrote them very strong letters that said they need to, let our people through. Right. Terrorists to chop off like the digits of women's thumbs for getting their nails painted, or stone women to death when they get gang raped by multiple men, like it's their fault. We wrote them a strong letter that said they need to cooperate. Like, if you believe that's real, and you agree with any of this going on, you are dumb. I don't care if I hurt your feelings. I really don't give a shit. Maybe it's my birthday gift to myself, but if you think this is all okay, I'm sorry for you. Something really, really wrong inside of you. Some gangster going on. I don't know what the hell you want to call it, but it's not good. This is not good. It's a disgrace. It's making those two look like, clowns. Like the whole country, we all look just weak, pathetic, clown-like. We're a disgrace. Like, pissed off all of our allies. And there's people that still tell me they're very proud of them. Like, what the hell is there to be proud of? Everything is completely gone to hell. Everything. Southern border, inflation, gas prices are the highest they've been since 14. Average across the board for this long. Like, it's not good. Like, the Middle East has fallen apart this quick in a bunch of different places. Never have, like, it's just not good. Somehow the adults are supposed to be in charge. The grown-ups, yeah. Well, please tell me where they are. Please tell them to get their shit together and show up, because we haven't heard anything from Joe. There's been nothing from Kamala. And they're supposed to be the ones wanting to do running the country. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be angry. I'm trying to be, pleasant with it. But what the hell? Like, there's no better phrase than what the hell. And none of this is good. None of this is anything besides just disgraceful. So I'm going to leave you with that. I don't know if I'm going to be doing one tomorrow. I'm going to try to do one tomorrow. I'm not sure. It's my birthday, so it depends on when I wake up, because I got to smoke some ribs and make mac and cheese and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I think I'm going to take the day off. I don't know. We'll see. But regardless, thank you for watching. Tell me what you think. Comment, share it out, follow along on all the socials. You know where they are. I've said it a million times. But please, like, actually pay attention to stuff. Like, I'm getting tired of telling that I'm an extremist, because Why you pay attention to it so much? What you can do about it, actually, you can be informed as to what people say and then what they actually do when they're in office, and then vote accordingly. That's how you do that. Like, so, all these, well, it doesn't affect me. Well, sooner or later, they're going to get something that does, and by then it's way too late. Just saying. Being educated on that stuff is actually really good. Saying screw whatever happens, that's actually way more extreme. But enjoy the rest of your day, get educated, pay attention to this stuff, say some prayers for some people because they need them right now. And if I don't hear from you tomorrow, you don't hear from me tomorrow, I'll get with you back on Monday, but we'll see. Might still record on my birthday. Never know with me. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day, night, or whenever you listen to this. And like always, until next time, my friends, peace.